Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into Kelly Barnhill's The Witch's Boy, a really cool story about fractured magic, heroes you'd never expect, and a forest that literally divides a world. We're going to break it all down for you.
So our story kicks off with two kids. Now, they live in completely different worlds, separated by this massive, dark forest that everyone says you just can't cross. On one side, you have a village that's kind of wrapped up in fear, and on the other, a bandit camp that's all about ambition.
Meet Ned. See, when he and his twin brother fell into the Great River, Ned was the only one they pulled out alive. And believe me, the village never lets him forget it. He's quiet, he's withdrawn, and everyone just whispers that he's the wrong boy.
So how does he deal with all this? Well, he's got this secret thing he does. Every morning at dawn, he carves these beautiful, detailed little figures out of wood. Then he puts them in tiny paper boats and just sends them down the river. It's really the only way he can speak to a world that just refuses to listen.
Okay, now on the other side of that forest, we've got Áine. She is smart, she's practical, sharp as a tack, and she happens to be the daughter of the Bandit King. Now this guy is charismatic, but he's also dangerously ambitious, promising her the world while he's secretly plotting to take it over. But here's the thing about Ned surviving that river. It wasn't luck. Not even close. It was actually the result of this desperate, forbidden act of magic. And that one act is about to unravel absolutely everything.
In her grief, Ned's mother, who happens to be the village witch, she broke her most sacred rule. She went down to her cellar and used this chaotic, ancient magic she was only supposed to guard, not use. And with it, she literally bound her drowned son's soul to Ned's, just to keep him alive.
And the fallout from this? Well, now that powerful shattered magic lives inside of Ned. It actually scribbles all over his skin in these glowing, moving words that he can't even read. It's painful, it's uncontrollable, and you guessed it, it's about to act like a giant beacon for all the wrong people.
So you can imagine, this raw, untamed magic just pulsing out of Ned, it doesn't go unnoticed. It's basically a lighthouse, drawing in anyone who sees it not as a curse, but as a weapon.
The Bandit King feels that surge of magic from clear across the forest. He immediately sends his men, and they capture Ned. The plan? Harness the boy's power to fuel their army and, well, conquer everything. But somehow, Ned manages this clumsy, desperate escape. And he doesn't run towards safety. Oh no. He runs straight into the one place everyone is terrified of, that great dark wood that splits the world in two.
So now he's on the run, right? The bandits are chasing him, and this greedy king from over the mountains, an ally of the bandits, he's heard about this magic too. Ned's alone and terrified, and his world is about to slam right into the only other person lost in these woods.
He runs smack into Áine. Turns out she's just fled her father's camp, completely disgusted by his obsession with power. When she sees the glowing words on Ned's skin, she knows that's the magic her father is hunting. They should be enemies, but out here, they form this fragile, shaky alliance just to survive.
Their journey for survival pretty quickly turns into a quest for answers. It leads them deeper and deeper into the forest, further than anyone's gone for generations, to find the very source of all the magic in their world.
They're looking for the speaking stones. And trust me, these aren't just rocks. They are 9 ancient, living giants who first brought magic into the world. But they've been sleeping for centuries, silenced and cut off by this impassable forest.
So, awakened by this huge disturbance in the magic, the stones, they talk, and they reveal the truth. The magic isn't one thing, it's more like a collection of chaotic, warring intelligences. And Ned's pain, the pain of carrying 2 souls, is causing the magic to fracture, threatening to tear the whole world apart.
Okay, so while Ned and Áine are learning this terrible, world-ending truth, the forces of the outside world are all closing in on the forest, ready to go to war for the very thing that could destroy them all.
You've got this spoiled young King Áine, who's teamed up with the Bandit King, and he is marching his massive army right to the forest's edge. He wants that magic for himself, to make his empire unstoppable and maybe live forever.
And standing in the army's way? Ned's tiny village, led by his own father. They're armed with pretty much just farm tools, hunting bows, and a whole lot of courage, ready to defend their homes against this impossible force.
So the stage is set. You've got all the players, the villagers, the bandits, the king's army, and these 2 kids from different worlds, all brought together for one final, world-changing showdown.
Just as the battle is about to erupt, the entire earth begins to shake. And marching right out of the woods are the 9 speaking stones, awake and stepping into the world of humans for the first time in an age.
In the aftermath, the old world is just gone. The stones end the conflict, they settle that fractured magic inside Ned, and with a single gesture, they create a great stone road right through the forest, connecting the 2 lands that were once divided. The age of fear and isolation is over, and a new age of connection has begun.
And all of this brings us to one last really tricky question. In that final battle, the Bandit King, a man totally driven by greed, sacrifices his own life to save his daughter Áine. So what was he? A villain who did one good thing at the end? Or maybe a hero who just lost his way? I think the story leaves us to wonder if maybe people aren't just one thing or the other, but are defined by the powerful and often contradictory choices they make when it all comes down to it.